Hey guys, so I am here to do the mommy scenario tag. I was tagged by Haley and Baby about a week and a half ago, I believe, so it's taken me a while to get around to it, but I will leave her link down below and you can check out her video. And if you want to do this video as well, which I tagged everybody, if you haven't done it already, I will leave those questions down below. So I'm just gonna go ahead and get started. It's pretty much just a question and you will give your scenario of what you would do, so you'll see. Anyways, I'm just gonna go ahead and get started. So the first question, your kid is refusing to eat. Do you stand your ground and demand they eat what you made or make something else? Aria has become a little bit of a picky eater, so there's some foods that she will definitely eat and some foods that I know she's probably not going to eat, but usually whatever we're having for dinner I will give to her. They say never to force your kids to eat, but sometimes Ian and I will stand our ground and be like, you're not getting off this table until you eat more of this or more of that. And rarely I will make her something else, just depends. Now if it's a dinner that I know Aria's definitely not gonna eat, then I will make her something else, so that's usually what I'll do. Alright, number 2, your kid has a meltdown at the store, nothing is working to calm them. Do you leave and come back another time or grit your teeth and finish shopping? Now this has happened before where Aria is screaming at the top of her lungs and just having a complete fit. And I usually just grit my teeth and deal with it. I don't think there's ever been a time where I've left the store, but if it was really, really bad where she was like on the floor throwing a tantrum and just like going absolute like berserk, then I probably would leave the store and we would have a timeout in the car. But most of the time I just grit my teeth. I look at it as she lives in our world, we don't live in her world. And I know that sounds kind of selfish, but you know, I'm not gonna just leave just because she's throwing a fit. She just has to get through it and we both have to just grit our teeth. And you know, I do get stares where people are just like, can you just calm your kid down already? That's actually one of my pet peeves, is another parent staring or looking at me like they've never seen a kid throw a tantrum before. But yeah, usually I'll just grit my teeth and get over with and try to calm her down. Sometimes I can calm her down and sometimes I just have to get through it. Your kid gets too many toys for their birthday. Do you make some returns or save them for a rainy day? Now what I did for Aria's birthday is I actually took about 25% of her toys and gave them to her, and then I put the other 75% up and I kind of just rotated them and gave it to her at different times. So I guess I would go with the rainy day option. I mean, I don't think I've ever had to return a toy for Aria, and I've kind of learned now with my family to not get so many toys because I know everybody else is going to get her a lot of toys. So what I'll do is I'll just put some up and bring them out and kind of rotate them, and the toys that she no longer plays with anymore we'll donate. Your kid is protesting sleep. Do you give in at 3 a.m., get them up and turn on a movie, or continue to rock them, nurse them, etc. to try to get them back to sleep? This has actually never happened before where Aria's protested to sleep, especially at 3 a.m. I don't even remember the last time that Aria's gotten up at 3 a.m. and protested her sleep, but if I did, and if it ever happens with Nolan, I think I would continue to rock them or nurse them until they did go to sleep, and then my last resort would be to turn on the TV or stay up with them. So I don't know, that's never happened before, so I can't really say, but I think that I definitely would continue to rock and nurse and see if that would work. You have an appointment and no babysitter. Do you bring them with you or reschedule? I definitely bring them with me, and Aria still does go to daycare, so she'll go to daycare every now and then. Like yesterday I had my 6-week checkup, and it was actually like my 8-week checkup, but I had my 8-week checkup and I took her to daycare. But if that's not an option, I will definitely take them both with me, and I never reschedule. I did have to reschedule my 6-week appointment because Aria was sick, but you know, if I don't have a babysitter or I can't take her to daycare, she's coming along. Of course Nolan's breastfeeding, so he just comes along with me everywhere I go. Alright, number 6, you have 20 minutes until unexpected company arrives. Do you rush to clean up your messy house or just figure, hey, it's okay, I've got kids? Now I usually like to keep my house pretty clean as it is. I'm constantly cleaning throughout the day and driving myself crazy. I have backed up a little bit since having Nolan, but if I know it's like my family, I'll just be like, they understand, I don't really care. But if it's someone like really unexpected, then I like Haley's answer. She said you can do a lot in 20 minutes, which is so true. I can do a lot in 20 minutes. I can like really tidy up the house and vacuum in 20 minutes and make it like 10 times cleaner than it is. So I think it just depends on the people that are coming over. Most of my family understands, but if it's really unexpected, you can really do a lot in 20 minutes. Number 7, you're running late and only have time to do your hair or makeup. Which do you choose? Now this is really, really hard for me, but I would probably say my hair. I think I would say my hair, just because I have really frizzy curly hair and it's just crazy, and I don't know, I could do my makeup and then put my hair up. I put my hair up a lot. I don't know. I guess I would say my hair. I would say my hair. Now, I don't like to go out in public without makeup, but I think I could get away with it if I wanted to. All right, the last question is, you're at a park and another child pushes yours. Do you intervene and correct them or go find the child's parents? This one's a hard one because as much as I would like to like intervene and correct the child, I think that should be the parent's job unless the kid was doing something really, I don't know, it's a hard one. I think if the child just did like a simple push or something like that, then I would be like, hey, that's not nice, you know, we don't push. But then I feel like if the parent heard me say that, they would get upset. So I don't know, I'm more likely to go to the parent and be like, hey, your kid is pushing my kid and hurting her, you know, do something about it. I mean, I haven't had to yet, and Aria's never been in that situation yet, but I don't know, I'm very protective over Aria, and I feel like sometimes even when she's playing with her cousins, you know, they're like older than her, and you know, they play a different way, so sometimes I feel bad, you know, if they're not sharing with her or whatnot. So I'm very protective, and I can't imagine how it's going to be when she's in middle school and high school, when she comes up to me and tells me, you know, hey, this kid said something about me or whatever. I'm just like, it just hurts my feelings so bad. But I think I'm going on like a huge tangent, but I think I would definitely go to the parent and let them know and let them correct their child, because I don't know, I kind of feel bad. I feel like if Aria pushed another kid, I would want that parent to come to me so I can correct my child. I don't know if that makes sense or not. I don't know. I think it just depends on the situation and the severity of, you know, what had happened. So anyways, those are all the questions for the mommy scenario tag. I love doing tags because you can definitely learn a lot about different people and different moms and everything like that. So it's really nice to hear everybody's answers. So like I said, I will leave all those questions below and I tag all of you moms out there. So thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.